All right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna start seated today. You wanna grab a couple of blocks, or if you don't have blocks, grab something around you that you can use as a block, a pillow maybe. And yeah, I was telling Barbara, who was on here first, that another friend of ours suggested that we do a twisting practice today, just to kind of wring everything out. Because if you're watching if you're here today on, you know, April 20, what is it, April 28th? You should check. I don't even know the date. April 28th. Then, and we're in Texas, we're starting to maybe loosen some of the restrictions on Friday, and brings up all kinds of anxiety for people, all kinds of feelings. So I feel like there's a lot going on. So I'm excited to do some twists to kind of wring that out and let some new energy in. So that's my clearing today, is I'm clearing out a lot of energy, a lot of feelings, and trying to let in something fresh. I was thinking the word fresh, like new energy. So take 30 seconds to do your own clearing in your head or out loud. Get your pillow, grab some water, and then we'll meet back in seated. I'm going to sit on a block, but you don't have to. All right, so getting started, we'll just take a seated twist. We're going to start gentle and move up to some more challenging postures here. And then, of course, as usual, feel free to take whatever variations you'd like. Take child's pose, skip the flows, and instead do like this kind of thing if you feel like doing something a little more gentle today, or you're pregnant. Put your knees down when we do some of the lunges and the twists. So take it at your own pace. I'll call all the different variations, up levels, down levels, but you do you. You know yourself best. So let's get started in a seat. Just take a couple of seconds to scan your body, see where you are today, feel the earth supporting you as you root down. When I'm in this position, I like to sometimes take my hands and physically put them onto the fleshy part of my thighs to feel that rooting. It's also a nice massage. Maybe placing your hands on your spine, kind of pull your lower back forward almost and down. Might feel really nice right here. Kind of giving yourself a little massage on your torso and on your belly as you kind of pull yourself up. So root down and then pull up. So setting up here, take an inhale in and lift your arms up, and then twist to the right. So just a gentle twist to get started. You can have your right hand back behind you. Extend your neck long. And then on the exhale, see if you can twist over and look over your right shoulder. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, take it to the other side. Starting with a gentle twist here. Lifting collarbone, lifting your chin. Nothing too strenuous at this point. Removing the block, if you've got a block. And we'll start with, this pose is called half lord of the fish. We're gonna take it with a leg out. So start with your left knee bent in and your right leg out, and you're gonna place your left knee, your left leg on top of your right and bend it. And then activate your right foot here. So like stamp the wall in front of you with it. So really, really turn it on and make sure that your back is nice and straight here. lift up and then twist towards your left knee here with a long neck and spine. Again, keeping the right foot activated, tenting your left fingers. And then if you can, looking over your left shoulder. Tendency here might be to crunch, so make sure that you're staying lifted. Before we take the other side, let's take a forward fold. So inhale, extend both of your legs, and then you're gonna reach over. You see me bending my knees here. Keep the knees bent so that you can hug your torso onto your thighs. If you're super flexible and you can extend your knees and keep that hug right there, then go for it. If not, the practice here is to lengthen in the back and then the spine, since we're gonna be doing all those twists. So keep your knees bent here. And then long neck and spine as you keep a flat back and then try to bend over. You'll see my elbows are bent here. I'm pulling onto the arch of my foot as I pull my torso forward. And then we'll do the other side. You can gently let that go. This time we are extending the right foot and bringing the left foot over. Did we do that side? Sorry, extend the left foot, bring the right foot over. Arms lifted up, activate left foot, right arm behind you, left arm comes over the right leg. Long neck and spine. Potentially you're looking over your right shoulder. But again, most importantly here is that lift. Planting the right foot onto the mat, really stamping it down, hugging that knee closer into your body as you activate the left leg. So even in this like seemingly pretty gentle pose, we're still activating things. We're still getting our body warmed up and ready to move. One more breath here, lifting up. On an exhale, taking it deeper into the twist if you can. Exhale, letting it go. We'll take one more forward fold here. This time you can straighten your knees a little bit more and go ahead and round your spine. If you're feeling a little bit tight here, as you can see, I'm bringing some gentle movement into my feet, into my knees, bending back and forth. We're always moving in yoga. There's no complete stagnation. Like there's no stillness. There are always these tiny little micro movements that you're doing to balance yourself, to steady yourself. And I like to think that's kind of how life is too. Like we're never fully still. We always have agency and choice to make small changes to change things. All right, so moving into some core to get started. Again, making sure that you have a block or some kind of prop that you can use here. So we'll start with some obliques. You're gonna bring both knees up like you're falling into, basically like you're falling into a chair on your back. Bring the block onto your left knee first and hug the block in with your left elbow, like so. You're gonna bring your belly down. You're gonna activate your belly so that the back of your back is kissing the mat. So your back is staying on the mat. Lift your head and neck up and you can extend your right arm out or you can leave it on the mat if you'd like. But you see how my left arm is activated too? Again, this is one of those things where we're activating everything. If you want some more support, you can leave your head down or lift it up with your right arm. Take an inhale. Again, the block is against your left knee. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale. On an exhale, extend your right knee. You might feel your oblique turn on here. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bring it in. Remember, your back is kissing the yoga mat. You're not lifting your back at all. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Let it go briefly, and then we'll switch sides. You may want to shake out right here. And we're setting up for the other side now. So legs at a 90-degree angle, like you fell backwards into a chair. You're steadying the block or whatever object you're using with your right elbow, lifting up your head and neck or down on the ground if you need more support. Turn your feet on. Take a breath, inhale. Pull everything in. Activate the belly. Maybe you're feeling your obliques turn on, those side muscles in your abs. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your left foot out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, left foot out. Inhale, bring it in. Take like 7 like that. Exhale out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale out. Inhale in. And one more for good measure. This might be more than 7. Exhale out. And inhale in. And let that go. Shake it out. We'll do one more set of a different kind of crunch with our block. This time, again, you are bringing your legs up into a 90-degree angle. You're using the block as another prop right here, just like this. So you want one elbow on each side of the block. You can have the block kind of in any direction, whatever feels the most stable. Knees can be bent or straight, whatever works for you. We're gonna take scissors one leg at a time. So I'm clasping my hands together to really hold the block steady. Inhale and exhale. You'll notice my whole spine is on the ground this time. Inhale and exhale, I'm letting my right leg come down, almost kissing the mat. And then exhale, bringing it up. Inhale, left leg down, and then bringing it up on the exhale. And switching legs. So maybe you want to do 5 total sets. So that's 2, 3, 4. Play with it. You may want to bring a leg down on the inhale, bring it up on the exhale, or something else may feel better for you. Take a second to fix the block if you need to. Stamping the ceiling, or if you're practicing outside, the sky with your feet. So really making them active. I'm gonna take one more set for good measure. That might have been 5 already. I'm feeling my glutes and my thighs turning on, my core is activating, and I'm shaking it up. Let's take a short spinal twist here. We'll take a nice, juicy, really long one at the end, but just one to get started because we're gonna focus so much on our spine. So move your left hips to the right side of your mat. Bring your knees over and look over your right shoulder. You can place your left hand on your belly if you like, or your left hand out. Whatever feels good for you. And then inhale back to center. Again, just a short twist here. Looking over your left shoulder as your right knees come to the right side of your mat. All right, and then rock and roll up. We're gonna do one sun B to warm up. Move my mat a little bit. One sun B. So we'll take it kind of slowly just to get into it. So sit back in your chair. Have your heels, your feet like hip width apart, maybe a little more if you'd like. Torso sinking down, booty reaching towards your heels, chest lifting up, and hands reaching forward, pinky tips turned out. If you want, you can take your toes up, sit 1 inch lower. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins or hands on the fleshy part of your thighs. Exhale to your version of a vinyasa. So come into plank, knees up or down here, up to you. And then come all the way down to the ground slowly. Inhale, you're gonna take a cobra, low cobra here. Exhale to down dog. Heels reaching towards the ground. Inhale, lift right leg up, and then bring it through for warrior one. Feet are at 10 o'clock on the clock face. Reaching up, planning down. As you root in your torso, your spine is nice and lifted here. Kind of the theme of the class is like lift and twist. Thinking of Hermione, swish and flick in the Harry Potter movies, if anyone has seen those. I'm kind of obsessed. And then exhale, take your flow. Knees up or down here. The slower you go, the more you get out of it. Other side, left leg lifts, comes forward to a warrior one. 2 o'clock on the clock face this time. Setting up the same way you did on the other side. And then exhale, taking one more flow in this sun B. So we're only taking one of them because there's so much here. Sun Bs are pretty intense. Whoop. And then coming back to a chair at the end. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to chair. All right. So let that go. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water before we do our moving poses, our vignettes. Starting with down dog on the other side. On this side, the right side. So coming into your down dog. Boop. All right, I'm just stretching out real quick. Bringing your right leg up and then bringing it forward. You're going to start in an easy twisting lunge. So bring your left arm out pretty far. Take your left leg and bring it back so that the ball of your foot is over your heel. Lift your right hand up. So opening up for an easy twist. Root left palm down as you reach up with your right hand. Nice open twist. Bring the back knee down and stay in the twist here. So you're gonna bring your right hand to meet your left, and you're just gonna stay in like a side twist position. Checking out that back foot, making sure it's not sickling, kind of like when we're doing pigeon pose, making sure it's right behind you. Right knee is directly above right ankle. It's kind of awkward here, but this is even like a hip opener. And then we're gonna take a gate opener pose. It's gonna look a little weird since I'm kind of the wrong way to set it up, but I'll show you anyway. So bring your left hand down this way, You're gonna pick up your right leg, bring it back behind you, and take that gate opener like this. So left knee is on the ground, right leg is back behind you as if you're in side plank. Left hand is pointed down, right hand is up. If you want, you can lift your right foot, or you can leave it on the ground. Either way is a-okay. I just rhymed. Either way is a-okay. All right, and we'll take the other side. So in between taking a down dog. Again, if you feel called to take a flow, go for it. But you don't have to. This time lifting left leg up and bringing it through for the same easy twist we took on the other side. So this time planting right hand, opening up to the left. Easy twisting lunge. I like to make mine really, really wide here. Feels super nice. Bring back knee down. And you're staying in a twist. It's kind of like it's almost like a lizard, but it's a twist. Check out the back foot, make sure it's not tickling, make sure it's going directly behind you. And then stay in your twist here. And this twist is suitable for everyone, pregnant or not. It's pretty open still. And then taking gate opener on the other side. So planting right hand down. Bringing right knee down as it was. And then left leg is extended out. Left arm is up. Lifting left leg if you feel like it, or keeping it down on the ground. I don't know where you are, the sun is kind of starting to come out right here. Coming down. In between that, we're going to take chair and twisting chair. So instead of a flow, if you're called to take flow, great. If not, the rest of us are going to take chair. So sitting down into your chair. Some people like to put their toes together. Sometimes that feels good for me, sometimes it doesn't. Sitting down in your chair, sitting back in your chair. Heels planted firmly, butt reaching towards your heels. Take an inhale in. On an exhale, twist over to the right. Keeping knees in line with each other. Tendency here is to crunch down, lift up.
Can I do this more?
I would stay like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can even do chair against the wall, Barbara. Breathing down, again, making sure that left knee is not coming forward, keeping knees together, hugging in, almost as if you had the block in between your knees. And then exhale, letting it go. Let's shake our legs out for a second before we do the other side. Bringing toes together if they were on the other side, sinking into chair, and then coming through the other side. Long lift, extending the spine. Even your head and neck is an extension of your spine, so paying special attention there to your collarbones, lifting head and neck up. I like to think of even like the little micro muscles above my eyes, just giving them some attention. So I'm thinking about lifting up, focusing up. And exhale, coming down. Shake it out. If you want to take a flow, go for it. If not, meet us in down dog to do the next little vignette. All right. So setting up in down dog. Lifting right leg up again. This time for a high lunge, although if you want to take a low lunge, bring the back knee down. Whoop. Ready, steady. High lunge. Moving into a crescent twist. So if you want to bring your back knee down, you can. If you'd like to take the twist with knee up, that's great too. Twist over to your right and then hook your left elbow on top of your right thigh and come into the twist. Barbara, if you want to do this one, you can do an open twist like this. So again, tendency here is to crunch in. So make sure instead of doing that, you're just staying lifted. Some people also like to make a ball with their bottom hand and use it to kind of like a ball and socket almost. Some people like to put them together in prayer hands. Coming back to high lunge, woo, and then opening up to warrior two. Maybe a brief extension of the right leg, and then arms out. Just staying here for a second to set up for reverse warrior. This one is a back bend and a kind of twist. So you can have your left hand on your back, on your lower back, or on your left leg. Wherever's most comfortable for you. Keeping the legs the same as if we were in warrior two. So maybe feeling a little bit of burning in the right thigh. Whoop. And then exhale, let that go. Take a flow. I'm all about the rhymes today. Inhale, coming up to up dog or to cobra. Exhale to down dog. And then setting up for the other side. I'm going to switch, but y'all stay where you are. Inhale, lift left leg up. Bring it through for a high lunge. Feel free to have back knee up or down. Totally up to you. Back leg can also be straight or bent. Right ankle above your right toes. Taking a twisting lunge, so bringing hands to heart center and then twisting over your left side. Back knee up or down. Hands how you'd like them. If you're gripping your teeth together, maybe this is a good time to smile. Exhale, coming back to center briefly as you open up to warrior two, just for the alignment. Left heel bisects, right back arch, arms out, and then coming into your reverse warrior. Which is the pose we're gonna stay in, the shape we're gonna stay in for a couple breaths. So set up here. I didn't say this on the other side, but gaze can be over your right shoulder, or it can be looking up at your left hand. Whatever feels most comfortable for you here. And then exhale, letting it go. Taking a flow if you feel like it. If not, meet us in down dog. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And then exhale, knees up or down as you come to down dog. Everyone come to child's pose. Real quick, get a sip of water, and come to child's pose, just to take a rest. Check in with yourself, see how you're doing. Been moving for about 30 minutes. How are you feeling now compared to when you showed up? What have you wrung out or let go? Maybe there's still some gunk there to move around. Trust that it'll come out when it's supposed to. Our body has a way of doing that if you let it. You slow down enough to let it. All right. Setting up in down dog on the other side. Lifting right leg up, bringing it through again for a high lunge. You want to bring your block with you this time to make sure that it's with you, or your prop, water bottle, whatever you got. Just be here briefly in this high lunge. See if you can bring your right thigh down to almost 90 degrees. On an exhale, hands down, setting up for pyramid. So your legs can be straight ahead, or maybe your left foot is like at an 11 o'clock. Stretching out, so we'll do extended pyramid first, reaching out in front of you for a flat back. I actually find this more challenging than pyramid, like, what is it called? Pyramid when we're folded down. So go ahead and fold down. And then using your block, coming into a revolved triangle. So you may need the block, you may not. Left hand's gonna come down, and anyone can do this one as well because it's pretty open. I would just, it's like an easy twist, but with your knees up. So you can have your left hand as close to your body as you'd like. If you're very, very flexible, you may even be able to bring it to the right side of your body, outside of your right leg. Maybe experiment, bringing the block down. Again, you want to get into the twist here. It's not about like how low to the ground you can get. It's how deeply can you twist here. Little micro movements in the feet maybe, keeping our balance steady. And then coming through center for a wide-legged forward fold, just because it feels great. Moving the block with you to take to the other side. So loosening out the hips here, maybe bending one knee and then the other as we do the other side. So we can actually just go straight into the high lunge on the other side. Left leg forward, right leg back. Whoop. Really does take a second to set up strongly. There's this quote, I think it's move slowly now to move quickly later. And I love that. It's like if you set up strong, if you do it mindfully, You won't have to do it again. And then setting up for pyramid on the other side. So this time, right leg is maybe at a 1 o'clock. I'm gonna scoot back. It's a narrow room. Coming into a flat back. Really reaching forward. Like there's someone on another side of a cliff and you're just trying to reach them. Maybe we'll get there soon when we can actually reach out and touch each other and hug each other. It's gonna be nice. And then exhale, fold down. You set up your version of triangle on this side, however you want to do it. Twisting triangle. Maybe you start with the block on the outside of your left foot or on the inside, and then you move it. You'll notice my left knee is a little bit bent. Totally okay. You can bend it as much as you need to. I have a little less flexibility on this side. How much can you wring out? And then bringing it down, moving the block out of the way. Coming in for one more chair pose. So big toes to touch. One more chair here. Bringing hands to heart center. And then setting up, oh, excuse me. And then setting up for a twist again. So coming to your right. Hugging right elbow, hugging left elbow onto your right thigh. Again, Barbara, you want to maybe stay here, maybe stay in chair. At this point, if you want to take side crow, we're kind of nearing the end of our movement. So I'm going to show you how to set it up. If you want, you can just stay here though, in side twist, or you can even play with some side crow prep. So for side crow, you're going to have your hands at your like shoulder distance apart. You're going to hug your right knee, so this area right here outside your right knee, onto your left elbow. I like to use my my right forearm, kind of my right bicep and tricep area as a shelf, and then lifting your body onto your hands here. I haven't done side crow in a long time. You can open up if you want. Boop. Boop. And then coming back to center. If you were holding side twist, twisting chair for that whole time, you are awesome. Letting it go, coming back into chair so we can do the other side. Coming to center. Setting up for side twist right here. So again, if you're staying here, go for it. If you want to fly, you can even open up your wings, or you can come into side crow on the other side. So hands kind of just as wide apart as your shoulders, using your biceps and triceps here as a shelf. And then extending forward. And then maybe you lift your toes, maybe you don't. Hugging in your core. Coming back. And let all that go. Shake it out. Starting to wind down a little bit. I'm going to take camel in the center of my mat. If you're by a wall, I highly recommend taking camel by a wall as well. I guess I can show you that too. Yeah, I'll show you that just because it's really nice. So for camel by the wall, you can tuck your toes in. So the point of camel, like people think it's like, oh, how far back can you go? Again, I feel like a broken record saying this, but it's working on your hips here. So it's kind of shining your hips forward and planting them, hugging them towards the wall, and then extending your upper spine back. So we did a lot of wringing and twisting. I just want to give ourselves this nice kind of stretch. So hugging everything towards the wall, toes can be tucked, and then hug everything keep it hugged in as you reach back. So you may be able to get your hands onto your heels, you may not. You may keep your hands like you may be grabbing the wall, that's great too. Wherever you are is great. Just keep your hips pointed towards the wall, or if you're in the center of your mat, keep your hips moving forward. My thighs are kissing the wall. And then slowly coming out and sitting back in the center of our mat. Just doing another kind of gentle seated twist here. So lifting up and then twisting over your right. Maybe this feels a little more intense now since we've opened up some more in the last 40 minutes. I hear my work phone going off. It's a reminder of reality, right? Where we are in these times and why I need something like yoga so much. Coming to the other side. Definitely feeling a little looser here. I hope you are too. Hope you've been able to wring something out. Coming into a stag pose. So this is, it's like a variation of pigeon. Here, I'll do it this way. On the side. So I apologize. Like many of us, I've not had a pedicure in a long time. So setting up with your right leg in front of you, right shin in front of you. This is like a stag position. And you're going to either, it's up to you, you can either kind of take, when we take extended pigeon and fold forward, or if you want to take one more twist, go for it and take a twist here. And this twist also should be accessible to anyone. The goal here is your left hip is going to try to pull up, try to root it down as much as you can. Maybe using your right elbow up as a kickstand kind of. And then switching over to the other side. So this time, left leg in front, right leg is behind you. You notice my feet are still activated here. Maybe like 90%, maybe 80. And then either lifting up or extending forward, or you can twist to the side. This time using the left elbow as a kickstand. Maybe you have a lot of flexibility and mobility here, and you can bring your torso onto the ground in front of you. Wherever you are, be mindful of the right hip popping up. So try to push it down, even if it's just an internal movement that only you can notice. I think of this pose as a more gentle version of pigeon. Pigeon is sometimes a little tweaky. So moving into half forward of the fish here, this time without our legs extended. So right leg in, left leg is going to come on top of it. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale, twist over to the left with your right leg hugging your left knee. Straightening the spine and then looking over your left shoulder if you can. using these last opportunities kind of to do one last wringing out maybe. What can you let go of? What are you still holding on to? What's not ready to move yet? And then a gentle counter twist, leave legs the same. Just a counter twist for maybe half the time. And then switching our feet. So left knee is bent on the ground, right knee comes up above it. Inhale, lift arms up. And exhale, twist over. Right hand can be tinted behind you, palm flat, fingers tinted, whatever you're feeling. And then exhale back to center for a counter twist, maybe half the time, couple breaths. Coming into a supine twist now. So we're gonna hold it this time for a little more, just to make it kind of extra juicy. So for your supine twist, you're gonna set up like we're coming into Shavasana, except we're bringing our knees in, taking your hips to the left this time, and then bringing these over to the right. Using our right hand to bring our left knee down, extending out the left hand, and looking over our left shoulder. Do what you can do for your left shoulder to stay planted on the ground. If you want even more here, you can extend your top foot and use your right hand to grab it for a little more, or just stay where you are. Inhale, coming back to center. And then exhale, moving hips to the right. Bringing knees down to the mat. Right arm extends out. Gaze over your right arm. As you use your left arm to bring your knees down closer to the mat. Plant the right shoulder on the ground. At this point, really surrender. Surrender to a twist. Surrender to whatever feelings are kind of still there. Maybe they still need to be worked out or worked on. And then coming back to center, giving yourself one really long hug, maybe massaging the spine. We did so much work on our spine, on the center of our body, so rolling around in one direction or the other. Big hug, big hug. Actually do it. Give yourself a hug. And then opening up into Shavasana. Got a few minutes, so I encourage you to take this time, even if you normally wouldn't in your home practice. get big and open, take up space. Be proud of yourself. You took this time. We've been moving about 50 minutes now. You took this time for you to do something kind for yourself, for your body, for your mind. So use the next couple of minutes to just surrender to it all. Starting to wake ourselves up, take a breath in. And a luxurious breath out. One more breath in. And breath out. Just come out of this slowly. So mindfully moving our fingers, wiggling toes, rolling ankles, maybe rolling our wrists. Coming onto whatever side feels nicest for us in a fetal position. Staying here for a moment or two. It's tempting to start thinking about what's next, what am I having for lunch, what does my 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock call look like, but challenge yourself to stay here. And then come on up. Thank you so much again for being here. I need this practice just as much as I enjoy teaching. I also need it for me. So it's a pleasure to share it with you, and I hope you felt good. Please let me know how it felt for you. I'm always looking for feedback, looking to grow. So thank you again. The light in me sees and honors the beautiful light in all of you. Namaste.